What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And for today, I have none other than Spirit of Dubai Majalis. Okay. And what I'll be doing is I'll be going over the description as well as the notes, and then I will be doing a perfume experience with you guys. And before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe, and sit back and relax and enjoy the awesomeness heading your way. For myself today, I've got some Ethiopian coffee with cardamom. Yeah, that is good. All right. So, the Spirit of Dubai website is down for whatever reason. And instead, what I'll do is I will go over the musing they have off of their Instagram page. So, the Spirit of Dubai, Majalis. Welcome your guests in traditional Arabian style with Dubai Majalis perfume. Our luxurious Majalis de Parfum experience brings together the best of the East with its rich Middle Eastern notes of incense oud, kahwa coffee, saffron, and dates. For a true Arabian feel, add to the ambiance with our beautiful hand-woven carpet decorated with inscriptions and motifs from Arab culture. Complete the experience by spritzing on our signature Dubai Majalis perfume that combines warm notes of cardamom, coffee, and cloves blended with saffron and dates for a sensual dry down of leather. So, it's a very spicy, leathery, coffee, oudi based scent, as you guys can see. Now, had the website been active, I would read out the detailed notes. This has quite a bit going on notes wise, but yeah, the website is down, so there isn't much we can do here. Okay, so just to show you, this is what the sampler looks like, you guys. Majalis, Dubai, Spirit of Dubai. Now, their samplers are very, very generous, and that's one thing I really like about this house. And yeah, you get quite a bit there. So even before you commit into some of their bottles, which are pretty pricey, you get to try it out. And yeah, so let's get started. All right. So starts off as very typical with this house, very spirity, florally, incensey, very well blended perfume. Quite a bit of notes going on in here. I get fruity notes, floral notes, slight resins, slight incense. And as it starts to dry down a bit, I start to get a bit more of the spice on the Arabic coffee, the kahwa. There's definitely saffron in here. And it has this almost like alcohol spirit like quality to it, which and when I say that, I mean rubbing alcohol, which is very common in this house, I find, in the opening of the perfume and across the perfume. It's just this very strong piercing alcohol note. And not a drinking alcohol, again, rubbing alcohol. Again, there's a lot going on here, and it is super well blended that it is slightly challenging to pick on the notes independently. I really do like the floral and the fruit note in here. It's not overly done as within the other compositions I've went over from this house. So yeah, I will say that for a perfume that is advertised as being coffee, cardamom, saffron, incense, oud forward, that's not what I'm getting off of the get-go and consistently across the perfume. Instead, what I'm getting is the fruit floral note, which is very nice, very nice. Don't get me wrong, but it just leaves more to be desired in terms of, you know, the uh, the description. So if I'm getting description that says coffee, cardamom, clove, saffron, incense forward, I expect more of that to dominate the scent profile versus more of the other notes, which would be, I guess, to play a supporting role, being the fruit and the florals, but also, yeah. And it's with this house and my skin don't get along very well. It's already becoming a skin scent. I can barely smell it. But anyways, okay. So let's talk some data, some facts. Uh, Performance wise, it's weak with this one. It's almost a skin scent now, and I can barely pick on it. And what makes it even more frustrating is that it is so well blended that it is challenging. Not as much with this one as some of the other compositions, but it is challenging to pick on the notes independently. It's just too much going on again at the same time. And it's at this point a matter of personal preference, but I like a perfume that unfolds uh, over time slowly and has a bit of uniqueness to it. I find that the notes here are just very hard to pick apart, super well blended, but at the same time gets you confused rather than having this um, easy to understand and work with and grasp and enjoy scent. The notes shift very quickly. And yeah, to add to that, that the performance is just on my skin is weak, and even weak, I'm being generous, it's a weak skin scent at this point, which implies that if I wanted to really enjoy this, I need at least 4 to 6 sprays. Okay, and that's across the board. Projection, trail, and silage has this issue. Okay, with respect to seasonality, yeah, it's almost gone. With respect to seasonality, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this one is actually versatile enough to wear across all seasons. So fall, spring, summer, and winter, just because it has a lot of that fruity floral dominance to it, and I wouldn't worry too much about the spices and the coffee and the oud in here. They're very subtle, undertoned to the point that they don't actually bring in this sort of spicy oriental gourmandish profile that would warrant this for cold weather wear. So you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is versatile enough to wear across all seasons. Now, with respect to time of day, again, I'm going to go ahead and say this is versatile enough to wear across the whole day. It really is predominantly a floral, fruity base scent that weaves in this alcohol based note, that's spirit like note, and then you get every now and then the spices, including cardamom, clove, and the coffee. But it's predominantly a floral, fruity base perfume. So it is, and it's not sickeningly fruity or sweet or gourmandish, and that's why I say it is versatile enough to wear across the whole day. And yeah, you won't offend anybody. This is not offensive by any stretch of the imagination. It does have a very mainstream profile to it, very Middle Eastern but Western at the same time, this composition, which is ironic considering that it's trying to get more at Middle Eastern Arabic culture slash hospitality. But with this one, yeah, versatile enough to wear across the whole day. Now, with respect to how you would dress this, I'm gonna go ahead and say that semi-formal, semi-casual to casual is how you would dress this. I wouldn't really go the formal route with this one because it has this playfulness to it. It has this kind of ease to it that it wouldn't be very congruent with respect to formal wear. Now, context wise, actually, before context, gender spectrum wise, this is unisex as advertised by the house, and I do agree with that classification. It has both masculine and feminine facets. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is more feminine leaning just because of the type of fruit in here, as well as the florals. But yeah, otherwise unisex. Context wise, where would you wear this? Now, having been to the Middle East and having actually attended as part of my back in the day work events in what's known as or referred to as diwaniyas in some of these countries, or in this case, a majlis or majalis, is basically a get together, typically speaking, where the men and women are segregated, where, yes, there's Arabic coffee as well as dates, desserts, sometimes food, music, and sit downs where card games are played. I'd say I've never ever smelt, because I've only been around the diwan of men. I've never smelled a man wearing something like this. It's very, this a scent like this would typically be worn by a woman, and for a good reason. The floral and the fruit here is just gorgeous, you guys. I find this house actually does the fruit note and the florals very, very well. And I really love the florals here. It's just very, very nice. But I digress. The context for this, if you're a man, you most certainly aren't putting this on, and you're not putting it on in a majlis or diwan setting. So, what would be an ideal context or setting for this? I'm gonna go ahead and say that this would make for a good weekend scent where you are going out to the mall, shopping, or if you are going out to a cafe to catch up with friends, or if you're going out for a dinner or lunch to a new restaurant opening. This actually also will do surprisingly as a great scent if you're going out for a day of boating or fishing. And by boating, I mean more of an upper end sort of mini sized yacht where you're just chilling and hanging. So you see that happen quite a bit in places like Dubai, or even in Kuwait or Qatar or Bahrain or Oman, where there's quite a bit of boating. Or if you're in Miami, if you're in Dade County, or if you are in just Miami, as I mentioned, and you just go out boating, or if you're going fishing in the Bahamas or Barbados, and you're just going out, this would be a great scent to put out in these contexts. And the reason for that, again, is so versatile when it comes to the floral and the fruity note in here, that it just makes for a very easygoing, relaxed, playful, but enjoyable scent to accompany you on these activities. And again, you can wear this in different settings and occasions. This actually would be a great scent too if you're going out to beach clubs in Thailand or Indonesia or Europe, in places like southern Spain or southern France. Then this scent will be great as a beach scent. Actually, the fruits in here are very tropical, so think mango, pineapple, coconut. You get also hints of lychee or lychee, depending on how you pronounce it, but this is also a great scent for settings like these. Okay, so not to drag this on longer than it needs to be, would I recommend Majalis from Spirit of Dubai? I'm gonna go ahead and say 100% yes. Get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it if you are looking for a fruity, floral forward scent that is supported by a coffee, cardamom, clove, saffron, incensey oud note. Okay, and that's for those of you that are just getting your feet wet in Middle Eastern perfumery with a slight European take on it that is fruit floral forward. However, if you are somebody that is knee deep into Middle Eastern perfumery, well, neck deep into Middle Eastern perfumery, and you're very experienced with oud oils, and you are experienced with artisanals, you're gonna be disappointed with this, especially with the claim of an incensey oud being used in this. That is gonna really get you jaded. It will frustrate you, especially at the price point, because at this price point you can get straight up pure incense oud oils from artisanals like Ansar or Arige Lador, or any of the other artisanals out there, and it's gonna be much more satisfying to you as an oud head versus this. So just something to keep in mind there for those of you that are planning to pull the trigger on this. Again, the samplers are very generous, so I do recommend obtaining a sampler first before you commit to a full-size bottle. Okay? All right, you guys, so that is it for this upload. As per usual, I very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.